All right, everyone. So, if we're going to talk about luck, which is kind of what's on my mind right now, I would look at luck as like an event or happening that has a low probability of repeating itself. That said, when we're talking about luck, let me sit down here. My thoughts for today are what luck? Because sometimes things happen and we will look at somebody's outcome and we'll say, what luck? And to that, in many circumstances, for my own, my case, my experiences, my response is, what luck? So they're exclaiming that it was luck, and I'm asking, what luck? What are you talking about? Because most of the time we go through things that can repeat themselves just through our repetition of getting better at doing something. So, personally, catching footballs or something looks acrobatic, or we see an athlete make a shot where we're like, oh, that was lucky. What luck? If you've trained long enough to do something well, chances are you're going to have a high success rate with it. Now, if it bounces high and does something else and then goes into the hole, or you see a field goal hit the upright, then hit the other, then go in, yeah, that's probably not going to repeat itself very often. But the point is, the luck wasn't in that moment. That's a happenstance. But when you're looking at everything that it took to get to the point that you're kicking a field goal, then you've done more than just be lucky. You've worked hard. And that's kind of the point that I'm looking at. Things that we think have luck attached to them isn't luck at all. It's the result of discipline. It's the result of work. It's the result of dedication, of continual practice. And then in the moment that we see it happen and it plays out not exactly how we thought that it would, then we call it lucky. And that's a little bit disingenuous, and it takes away and detracts from somebody's hard work. So a lot of times we need to recognize that what we're seeing may not happen a lot. Bounced ball in, off the upright, something, and it's not just sports. You can look at it in a lot of different ways. When people say, oh, so-and-so was lucky because they had their music career start because they happened to be in the same restaurant as a super producer. Well, so were a bunch of other people who couldn't sing. So somebody was practicing their craft, working on their music. Maybe they did scout and do the work to know that that producer eats lunch at that particular time in that restaurant every day. That's not luck. That's doing your homework. That's work. That's putting in the dedication and the time to know that when you walk into that restaurant and you have to stand up and sing in front of everyone else to prove that you're worth that contract, that's not luck. If you go out as a photographer, I've got some amazing photographer friends, and you get that one shot. Excuse me. Okay, excuse me, I had a couple employees walk through. Photographers, I've got some amazing friends, and they've set up, and I'm sure that there's pictures that they've taken that, the lightning's in the background, or didn't strike, or, something happened and it came out in a way that, somebody'd say, wow, what a lucky shot. No, they were good enough to be in that place, to do their homework, to know that's where they wanted to shoot, have everything else set up, and then if something else happened out of their control, then that's not necessarily luck. It's just not likely to happen all that often. So there's a difference when that happens. There's a difference between happenstance and luck. And then that is completely separate from actual hard work, discipline, and the ability to stay dedicated to a craft that you want to get better at. So, guys, I hope that this makes sense, and I hope that it helps put things into perspective, not only when we think of ourselves and what we might consider lucky. Sometimes it's not luck at all. Sometimes it is just a matter of the culmination of our hard work. And even though some things may not repeat themselves at a high level of probability, there's still the notion that it's not luck, because you've put yourself in position to even put a ball near a rim, to even have the tools to take that picture, to go in and be able to take that test, or whatever it is that you're doing. That we can look at and really give ourselves more credit and those around us. So, guys, hopefully this makes sense. Hopefully it helps. And remember, when they say, what luck, ask, what luck? Because we've worked hard. Peace, love, unity, solidarity.